Okay, yeah. Should I do it? Should I tell people 5 minutes? 5分钟？开始。
1850，所以从对50分的时候，我们请他们就坐。对。算了，我们先请他们就坐，因为他们就坐会很慢。对。现在我们聊的。
好，晚收的。
President will arrive in 5 minutes. Please be seated.
President will arrive in 5 minutes. 他会5分钟回来。
没有回来，大概15分钟。
Yeah.
但是我们想先请他们。
Yeah.
对。
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you can please make your way to your seats. The program will start in 5 minutes. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Can you please be seated? Thank you. The program is going to start. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please find your seat or find the seat at the nearest table. Yes. 我可以开始了吗？
这段你要讲多久？你记得吗？
Yeah, probably like it's going to be a while, like maybe five minutes. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Ready? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Roger, and I will be your MC tonight. Thank you. I want to welcome you all to the 2023 谢年饭. On behalf of the board members of the American Chamber of Commerce in Taiwan, I am honored to extend a hearty welcome to our 800 guests this evening. This evening, we are pleased to have with us many distinguished guests from the Taiwan government, distinguished guests from the U.S. government, special guests from the Taiwan business community, as well as more than 600 AmCham members. Welcome, everyone. The American Chamber of Commerce in Taiwan has held this annual event for 55 years. That's older than me. We hold our谢年饭to thank Taiwan government officials, elected representatives, and prominent local scholars and business leaders for their cooperation and friendship over the previous year. As always, we view this event as one in which fine food and beverages will be enjoyed in a relaxed and convivial atmosphere. Tonight's谢年饭, which includes more than 140 guests from the Taiwan government, is made possible in large by the generosity of our key sponsors. And I have to go through that list. Platinum sponsors: Citibank Taiwan, Franklin Templeton Securities. Our gold sponsors tonight: Corning Display Technologies, Micron Tech Asia Pacific Taiwan, Semi Taiwan, Standard Chartered Bank. Silver sponsors: 3M Taiwan, Amgen, Bechtel Group, General Electric, HSBC Bank, Microsoft. Bronze sponsors: Air Products Sanfu, Baker & McKenzie, Dun & Bradstreet, Gilead Align Technology, Johnson & Johnson, Japan Tobacco International, JTI, Merck and Philip Morris. General sponsors: Dell Taiwan, Google Taiwan, IBM, Intel, Marriott Taipei, Moderna, Pfizer, P&G Taiwan, Qualcomm, and the Tobacco Institute of the Republic of China. Last but not least, our wine and liquor sponsors: Sparkling Red and White Wines by Sergio Valente, and Johnny Walker XR23 Whiskey by Diageo. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Please stay seated. The president is on her way, and we have about 1 minute. I don't have any jokes. She's telling me to stop. Please be seated. Yeah. Yes.
President and all the embassies,
Oh, they all come together. Okay. Okay. I know, right? Tone it down. Yeah. I think I'm yelling. Yeah, I know.
But now you can.
Thank you for your patience. Okay. You're downstairs? Okay. Oh, everybody's running. I see it. They're going to close the doors? Oh. I should have done that slower. 应该慢一点。Yeah. Oh, 对了。That's even worse. What's that? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? Please give a round of applause to the President of the Republic of China, Her Excellency, Ms. Tsai Ing-wen. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce the chairperson of the American Chamber of Commerce in Taiwan, Mr. Vincent Shi, to the stage to deliver his remarks. Vincent.
President Tsai, AIT Director Oker, and the Chairperson Rosenberger, distinguished guests, and my fellow chamber members. Welcome. Good evening. Well, what a night. When I just walk in, when we all mingle together, I can see all the atmosphere and all the passion in this room. Yeah, just want to say thank you and welcome to N-Chain's 55th annual 谢年饭. It's my great pleasure to be with you tonight as we celebrate another successful year as Taiwan's most influential international business organization. So on behalf of N-Chain Board and our more than 1,100 members, I would like to thank everyone involved in organizing this flagship event. So let's give another round of applause for the unwavering support of our staff, the Board of Governors, Supervisor, or the stakeholder in making this event so successful. Although some of our old friends may know that we have held this event for 55 years, I can't help but still feel this year is still very special. The interest in our 谢年饭 was so overwhelming, so you can see we have decided to move to Marriott Taipei for the first time. And this is already a bigger venue, bigger room, as you can see, but we already have more than 800 record high guests tonight. So who are all here, including all of you, I know you are all here because we all believe in the power of partnership and the collaboration. And definitely I know you are not just here for the free drink we offer for the reopening of the bar for tonight. Yeah, but above all, this year is also very special because we find ourselves in a very golden moment for the business and international exchange. Our members' continued dedication to the Taiwan market is a testimony to the many opportunities available here. In fact, our business climate survey shows that 88% of our members plan to maintain and expand their investment in Taiwan. Some of them made a very wise decision to sponsor an N-Chain event tonight. The past year has not only seen the investment in terms of dollars, but also into the U.S.-Taiwan relationship, which, dare I say, is warmer than even before. The U.S.-Taiwan Initiative of 21st Century Trade, the Economic Prosperity Partnership Dialogue, and the Taiwan Enhanced Resilience Act are just some of the great examples of how the relationship has flourished. And perhaps all of us in this evening also remember that President Tsai's recent transit through Los Angeles, where she met with Honorable Speaker Kevin McCarthy and the bipartisan group of congressional leaders. Just as President Tsai commented during the event, we are stronger when we are together. This is true not only for the U.S.-Taiwan relationship, but also for all our membership here. I must also agree with Speaker McCarthy's comment in early April. The U.S. and Taiwan must strengthen their economic collaboration, particularly with trade and technology. We look forward to even more investment, trade, and people-to-people exchange in the coming years, and hope that a bilateral tax agreement, which will encourage more interaction, will soon be a reality. As a devoted partner, N-Chain offers our support to create a substantial result from the 21st Century Talk. We recognize the need of a decisive action to sustain Taiwan growth. The international trade agreement and streamlined regulations are critical components of that effort. There has never been a better time to take action than now. Taiwan finds itself in a prime position to make use of the spotlight currently shining on it. At a time of division, fostering closer relationship with like-minded partners will help ensure strength through prosperity. We hope that Taiwan takes full advantage of this year of opportunities and continue to innovate and expand its industry, propelling its economic trade toward the future it deserves. And Taiwan must accelerate the speed of regulatory reform and create an open, investment-friendly, and agile business environment that puts it on the world map. By investing in energy stability and renewable, implementing good regulatory practice, and increasing the resilience of our supply chain, public health, and digital infrastructure by embracing public cloud, we can create an environment where business and people thrive. With that in mind, I want to take this opportunity to express our gratitude for the constructive relationship that we enjoy for so many years with Taiwan government. As you can see in the audience here tonight, the Taiwan government value engagement with the chamber. Among you sit approximately 140 government officials and representatives. They come from a wide range of different agencies and roles, but definitely showcase the broad support the chamber enjoys, and we are honored to have this opportunity to say thank you to each one of you in our 谢年饭 tonight. Although time unfortunately limits me for showing appreciation to each one of you, I want to thank the National Development Council and Mr. Gong Mingxin. Thanks for your coordination efforts. We have yet again concluded a series of meetings to discuss the 2022 white paper issues. The Chamber looks forward to working even more closely with the government to foster a business environment that is investment friendly and aligned with international standards. Naturally, our Chamber could not be thrive into its 72nd year without the help of a second critical government partner. NCHN is grateful to our good friend at AIT and the extraordinary support provided by Director Okirk. We are also so honored to have the newly on board AIT Chairperson Rosenberger join us as our special guest tonight, and we hope we can have more opportunity to interact with each other. I would also like to give a special mention to Amy Chang, who stepped in as Chamber's president this spring on a very short notice. Amy plays an important role in keeping the Chamber stable and successful as we prepare to welcome a new Chamber president. We are very grateful for her commendable leadership in such a dynamic period that is important to the Chamber. Lastly, I want to extend my sincere appreciation to Her Excellency, President Tsai Ing-wen, for joining us and delivering tonight's keynote speech. Since the year 2000, when the late President Li Teng-hui gave the first presidential keynote speech at the 谢年饭, it has been such a great tradition that we all look forward to every year. This is President Tsai's 7th consecutive 谢年饭, and we appreciate her support, not only in her own attendance, but also bringing, including our Premier Chen and all the cabinet members to this wonderful evening. I would like to also congratulate President Tsai on receiving the Hudson Institute Global Leadership Award in late March. We too recognize your great courage and clear-eyed determinations that has been proven by so many achievements by you and your administrations. And lastly, a big thanks to every one of you who took the time to attend our 谢年饭. The Chamber look forward to even more closer collaboration with you all in building strength through prosperity. I hope this night serves as a reminder of the things we can accomplish together through the dialogue and partnership. And in the coming years, we will prove to see just how much stronger we can be when we are together. Thank you again, and enjoy this wonderful evening.
Thank you, Chairperson Vincent Shi. Please return to your seat. Thank you for a great speech. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Her Excellency President Tsai Ing-wen to the podium.
NCHN Taiwan Chairperson Vincent Shi, NCHN Interim President Amy Chang, AIT Chairperson Rosenberg, having a bit of jet lag, and AIT Director Okirk, and members of the American Chamber of Commerce in Taiwan, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
I think we cannot afford not coming. This is one of the most important gatherings for the government here. That's why we have a big team of the cabinet members here with us today. So may I introduce them to you? Well, of course, this is the first time in my memory that we have a Prime Minister join us in this event. And now we have Chen Jianren. He was here before, but not as the Prime Minister. But bear in mind, he is the Prime Minister now. And then we have his deputy, Zheng Wen-chan. And Premier Chan's Chief of Staff, that is Secretary General Li Mengyan. Oh, of course, we've got someone from the legislature, that is the Chief of Staff, that's Secretary General Lin Zijia. And we do have someone who is very related to the MCHAM's concern, that is Deng Zhenzhong, our chief negotiator. Another one who is even more related to you, that is the National Development Board, Gong Mingxin. Of course, there's someone that you are most familiar with, that is Joseph Wu. And of course, we have the Minister for Economic Affairs, Wang Meihua. And Wang Meihua's husband, who is here not as a spouse, but he has a role of his own. That is Wellington Koo, our Secretary General of National Security Council. Oh, we do have a number of heads of local government here. I might as well introduce them to you. The Taipei City Mayor, Jiang Wangan. And Taichung City Mayor, Lu Xiuyan. And Hsinchu City Mayor, Gao Hong'an. And we do have someone here who is an old friend of yours, but he has a new role, that is Shen Rongjin, used to be the Deputy Prime Minister. And, oh, I forgot to introduce to you my Chief of Staff, Lin Jialong. I'm a bit shocked, but actually I'm pretty happy to hear that we have 140 members of the government here with you today. That means this is quite an event that we cannot afford to miss. I was told by people that when I was a student in the UK, people used to say that for a good gathering, you need good food, good wine, and most importantly, good company. I'm not sure about wine today, but I'm sure food is going to be good. But what is even better, I guess, is the company. So give yourself a round of applause. I have finished the best part of my speech today. The rest is reading the text. But I hope it's going to be interesting to you. I can't believe it has been a year since I last joined you all for MCHAM's Taiwan's 谢年饭. The 谢年饭 has always been one of my favorite events to come to. What can be better than enjoying a good meal with wonderful friends. Would you agree? I want to begin my talk by recognizing Chairperson Vincent Shi for facilitating MChAN Taiwan's productive relationship with Taiwan government and business community over the past year. Under Mr. Shi's leadership, we kept having record numbers of government officials and members of business community attending this dinner. In addition, under Chairperson Shi's leadership, MChAN has given the government of Taiwan invaluable support and recommendations on economic and trade policies. Chairperson Shi has also continued to foster positive exchanges between governments and business community. He also worked tirelessly with our government agencies to enhance Taiwan's business environment. With his love for Taiwan, I assume, I have no doubt that Mr. Shi will continue to make valuable contributions to the partnership between Taiwan and the United States. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. I am also glad to give my sincere welcome to, by now she's an old friend of mine, AIT Chairperson Laura Rosenberg. I was chatting with Director Awkward just now. He said this MChAN has this history of 55 years, and she was so glad that she was younger than that. And I'm sure Laura is even younger. So I want to take this opportunity to thank Laura again for your assistance and company during my transit through the United States. I would also like to extend my gratitude to former MChAN Taiwan President Andrew Walagala. Are you here with us today? No? Would you convey my message to him? For his 2 years of service, he and his team worked under the difficult circumstances of COVID-19 pandemic, and they overcame many challenges. Amazingly, I learned they even increased MChAN's membership and boosted MChAN's financial performance. I know Interim President Amy Chang has big shoes to fill, but I'm confident that she will continue to build on these past achievements and make our relationship even better. As the global economy gradually moves towards the post-pandemic era, we are now confronted by challenges posed by events such as the war in Ukraine, climate change, inflation, and of course intimidation from our neighbor across the strait. Through determination and hard work, Taiwan persevered. And all of you here are witnesses to this. I'm pleased to note that this year, Taiwan placed fourth globally in the Index of Economic Freedom. That is our highest ranking to date. Not only that, the confidence foreign enterprises place in Taiwan also remain solid. I was again happy to learn that in MChAN's 2023 Business Climate Survey, more than 70% of the respondents expressed optimism for Taiwan's economic performance over the next year. 88% said that they would maintain or even expand their investment in Taiwan. I want to thank you all for this, for your confidence and support. I also want to reiterate my government's commitment to improve the business environment through concrete actions and plans. One of these plans is to ensure that the supply of energy is consistent and diverse. Despite the major technical challenges caused by the pandemic, our government... Is the microphone okay? Yes. All right. My government is now back on track to fulfill the goal of producing 20 gigawatt from solar power and 4.6 gigawatt from offshore wind turbines by 2025. For offshore wind energy, we have expanded offshore wharves to boost work vessel capacity. For solar energy, we plan to add an additional 5.5 gigawatts in feeder line capacity. We are also establishing mechanisms to improve coordination between central and local governments in order to streamline the administrative processes. Carbon finance is another key to achieving the goal of a consistent and diverse supply of energy. The Taiwan Stock Exchange and the National Development Fund, in collaboration with our EPA, are in discussion to establish a carbon exchange platform. As it will facilitate international collaboration in the global effort to reduce carbon emission. I am pleased to learn from your survey that, in line with Taiwan's goal of achieving net zero carbon emission by 2050, 56% of your companies have formally committed to achieving net zero or have a similar target. My government is also developing a mechanism to improve and monitor regulations and policies to ensure that they are friendly enough for foreign investment to come and to stay in Taiwan. The National Development Council has also agreed to act as the responsible agency for private equity fund and will work with the Financial Supervisory Commission so that we can bring investment, especially by foreign private equity funds, to Taiwan's key industry, or industries that are of strategic importance to our economic growth. Where legislative action is required, our Ministry of Economic Affairs and other agencies involved will work with members of the Legislative Yuan to make changes to the existing law to provide greater flexibility for FDI. In the past 6 years, trade between Taiwan and the United States has grown nearly 85%. Last year, bilateral trade reached a new high, totaling $120 billion and making Taiwan the 8th largest trading partner of the United States. If we work harder, we might be the 7th or the 6th in the near future. In the same year, Taiwan attracted over $13 billion in foreign capital, another record for the last decade. Taiwanese business already invested $1 billion in the United States in 2022, a 128% increase from the previous year. This substantial growth in bilateral trade and investment underscores the fact that Taiwan and the United States are each other's priority trade and investment partners. Last year, the Taiwan-U.S. Initiative on 21st Century Trade was launched. This initiative, while covering a wide range of areas, also allows both sides to develop a more comprehensive, substantive, and advanced trade partnership. After the initial negotiation in New York last November, the second round of the negotiation was held in Taipei this January. We are making good progress in areas such as customs administration and trade facilitation, good regulatory practices, domestic regulation, anti-corruption, and small and medium-sized enterprises. Both sides also agreed to keep communications open through online meetings to complete the negotiation at the earliest possibility. Our next move then will be exploring the possibility of a free trade agreement with the United States. In this regard, I want to extend our appreciation to AmCham Taiwan for your staunch support for a Taiwan-US FTA. I want to close my talk by assuring you that Taiwan will not waver in our commitment to improving and maintaining a robust business environment. And of course, with your help. And despite the challenges from China, we have been and will continue to be cautious in our management of cross-strait affairs. We'll not be the provocateur, and we will work with our democratic partners to ensure peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific, and in particular across the Taiwan Strait. We have been through many decades of challenges together, and there will be more ahead. But I am very glad that AmCham Taiwan is our staunch partner in this. It is great to be here again. Thank you very much for your invitation. Please enjoy your meal and have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you, President Tsai. May you please return to your seat. It is now my pleasure to invite Ms. Laura Rosenberger, Chairperson, American Institute in Taiwan, to the podium to give us her remarks.
Well, thank you all so much. It's so wonderful to be here with you this evening. Madam President, it's wonderful to see you again. Director Oudkirk, Chair Vincent Schur, esteemed friends and colleagues, good evening. It really is a pleasure to be here tonight to participate in AmCham's annual Shenyang Fan celebration and to see so many familiar faces. I look forward to working closely with all of you during my tenure as AIT Chair, since I know there is much we can accomplish together. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here speaking with you in Taiwan less than a month after starting in this role. And of course, as President Tsai noted, it was really my privilege that one of my first engagements was to accompany her during her successful transits of New York City and Los Angeles, during which, President Tsai, you met many Taiwanese Americans as you traveled to and from Central America. I think your transits underscored the strength of the partnership between the United States and Taiwan, and of the bipartisan support in the United States that underpins it. And while I did just arrive here in Taiwan late last night, President Tsai and her team have ensured that I have been back-to-back in meetings all day, so that I've had no time to get tired from the jet lag. So thank you very much for that. Indeed, our partnership has continued to grow in both breadth and depth, a testament to the ties between our two democracies, our people, our economies, and our shared values. We face many challenges together, but we also have many opportunities. And I hope to work with President Tsai and your team, along with my colleagues at AIT, Director Oudkirk, and my many capable colleagues here, as well as in the U.S. government, to continue to identify and seize those opportunities. One such opportunity is advancing our work to build partnerships that showcase to the international community all the ways in which Taiwan is a force for good. More people around the world are paying attention to Taiwan than ever before, and this provides a real opportunity to underscore the value proposition that Taiwan provides. The United States has also been working to build partnerships that include Taiwan, and we are expanding cooperation on international development and humanitarian assistance around the world. The United States is also working to promote Taiwan's meaningful participation in international organizations and multi-stakeholder forums like the World Health Assembly and at the International Civilian Aviation Organization. We are also intensely engaged with our international partners and with other countries, helping to increase their understanding of the important role Taiwan plays in the global economy, in the Indo-Pacific, and further afield. We were so pleased that Taiwan could once again participate in the second Summit for Democracy just last month, showcasing the ways in which Taiwan serves as a beacon for democracy in the region and around the world. And in organizations where Taiwan has full membership, the United States continues to support its contributions in these fora. For example, with the United States hosting APEC this year, we look forward to Taiwan showcasing its contributions in key areas, including health and the economy, women's economic empowerment, the digital economy, and more. And we look forward to continuing to work together this year and beyond to advance sustainable and inclusive economic growth in the APEC region. The ties between our people only continue to grow as well. I had the privilege of spending time with the Taiwanese diaspora community along with President Tsai in New York and Los Angeles, and I was so impressed with the energy, talent, and the care that this community brings to the United States, and which I know our American community in Taiwan brings here as well. One key focus for us is connecting more Americans with Mandarin language instruction and educational exchanges with Taiwan through our joint education initiative launched in 2020. Through robust people-to-people and academic exchanges such as the Fulbright program, we are working together to leverage Taiwan's expertise in STEM fields and language instruction while helping Taiwan reach its own goals to become a bilingual society by 2030. And of course, the United States is working closely with Taiwan to uphold peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait. That is necessary not only for Taiwan's security and prosperity, but for the regions and worlds as well. This is the central and driving tenet of the United States cross-strait policy. Our unofficial relationship, which has gradually expanded over the years, continues to flourish under our One China policy, which is guided by the Taiwan Relations Act, the 3 U.S.-China joint communiques, and the 6 assurances. Unfortunately, the PRC's recent military exercises in August and just last week undermined peace and stability across the strait. As my colleagues in the U.S. government have said, there was no reason for Beijing to turn President Tsai's transit, which was consistent with long-standing U.S. policy, into something it was not, or to use it as a pretext to overreact. And let me be clear, the United States will continue to uphold our commitments to support Taiwan's self-defense capacity as a key means to ensuring that the Taiwan Strait remains peaceful and stable. And we welcome the steps that President Tsai has been taking to strengthen Taiwan's capacity as well. But for our purposes this evening, it is the U.S.-Taiwan economic and commercial relationship which serves as a core pillar of our overall partnership and is also an essential part of enhancing Taiwan's resilience. And that is perhaps what is most relevant and perhaps of most interest to you. So let me start by highlighting some of the recent developments we've seen in this area, beginning with trade. As we've already heard, in January, USTR held the first round of negotiations under the U.S.-Taiwan Initiative on 21st Century Trade, which takes place under the auspices of AIT and our counterpart organization, TECRO. This initiative is designed to address a range of trade and investment issues that are critical to our 2 economies. Our goal is a high-ambition trade agreement, and we have seen impressive progress already. Our first round of negotiations focused on potential early harvest chapters of good regulatory practices, services, domestic regulation, trade facilitation, anti-corruption, and small and medium-sized enterprises. Future negotiations will build on this by addressing such critical issues as digital trade, labor, the environment, and of course the thorny issue of agricultural trade. While the negotiations under this initiative move forward, we are continuing our work under the U.S.-Taiwan Trade and Investment Framework Agreement, or TIFA. U.S. Trade Representative Catherine Tai and Minister John Dung reviewed progress under the TIFA last year, and the subject matter experts in both the United States and Taiwan continue to regularly address outstanding trade issues of mutual concern. These include issues AmCham Taiwan has raised, such as regulatory transparency, financial services, and investment. Late last year, the United States and Taiwan met again under the auspices of AIT and TECRO for a high-level meeting of the State Department-led Economic Prosperity Partnership Dialogue to discuss some of the broader issues of concern facing our two economies. Our conversations regarding responses to economic coercion, cooperation on supply chain resilience, and Taiwan's energy transformation have continued since then, with a focus on how we can work together to prevent major disruptions to our shared economic growth. Through this dialogue, we have identified many areas for cooperation, including information sharing and mutual understanding, and we look forward to continuing this important conversation over the course of this year and beyond. One of the more exciting recent developments in our economic cooperation has been the creation of the Technology, Trade, and Investment Collaboration Framework, or TTIC. Whereas the EPPD has a high-level macro focus, a distinct goal of the TTIC is to facilitate deals between U.S. and Taiwan companies, particularly in the semiconductor, 5G, electric vehicle, sustainable energy, and cybersecurity sectors. Last October, Minister Wong led an impressive delegation of over 40 companies to the United States, where Minister Wong and U.S. Department of Commerce officials witnessed multiple signing ceremonies at our offices at AIT to celebrate commercial partnerships between U.S. and Taiwan companies. It is these types of partnerships that bring our two economies closer in such sectors as clean energy and the digital economy. Minister Wong and her delegation met with Secretary of Commerce Raimondo, where both sides stressed the importance of facilitating trade and investment between the United States and Taiwan, and discussed how best to smooth the way for this investment. These conversations have allowed us to better understand the needs of our respective communities. This is an area where AmCham plays such a critical role. Your annual white paper is an essential tool for policymakers in Washington and Taipei alike. The white paper, together with your sustained interaction with AIT, the U.S. government, and our Taiwan partners over the course of the year, point us towards both short-term concrete objectives and longer-term aspirational goals. We welcome this input and feedback, and we thank AmCham for being such a strong partner of AIT, of the U.S. government, and of our Taiwan hosts. The stock of U.S. foreign direct investment in Taiwan exceeds $30 billion, which demonstrates just how much the United States and Taiwan value U.S. investment here in Taiwan. Every one of you here tonight is an embodiment of those strong investment ties. All of us understand that Taiwan is a reliable and trusted place for companies to invest and do business. Of course, investment flows both ways, and we similarly welcome Taiwan's investments in the United States. TSMC's $40 billion planned investment in Arizona and Global Wafer's $5 billion planned investment in Texas are just the most visible examples of how our economies are becoming more closely integrated and how we rely on each other's expertise. The CHIPS and Science Act, which President Biden signed into law last year, is making it even more attractive for cutting-edge companies from Taiwan, as well as their suppliers, to invest in the United States, binding our two economies even closer together and bringing mutual benefit to the United States and Taiwan. Let me emphasize this point. Our attracting Taiwan investment to the United States does not come at the expense of Taiwan, just as our supporting U.S. investment in Taiwan does not come at the expense of the United States. We understand that doing business overseas can be challenging as investors face new rules and regulations and different customs, and we stand ready to assist Taiwan's businesses in addressing any challenges they may face. At the same time, of course, Taiwan companies understand the benefit of diversification and of course, manufacturing their products closer to the customer base. The United States is an attractive investment destination, and so is Taiwan. We can and should continue to cooperate on efforts to strengthen our respective semiconductor industries. In fact, this is one of the main objectives of next month's Select USA Summit. Taiwan has long been a strong supporter of Select USA, sending the largest delegation of business representatives from anywhere in the world. I am sure that several of you in this room have participated in the past. I'm quite sure of that. And perhaps some of you plan to join for the first time next month in May. Select USA is the highest profile event in the United States dedicated to promoting foreign direct investment, and Taiwan's impressive delegations have led to concrete deals that benefited both of our economies. It is thanks to this increased Taiwan investment in the United States that we better understand the tax challenges facing Taiwan companies in the United States and U.S. companies here in Taiwan. President Tsai, AmCham, and the Taiwan business community have made very clear their interest in addressing those challenges. As the U.S. Secretary of the Treasury, Janet Yellen, told Congress twice last month, we recognize that there is a problem and we are looking at potential ways to address it. We also welcome AmCham's continued engagement on this topic. So as you can tell, there is so much happening in the U.S.-Taiwan economic and commercial relationship, as well as in our broader partnership. So let me just close once again by saying what an honor it is to serve as the new chair of the American Institute in Taiwan, standing here tonight with President Tsai, with Director Oudkirk, with Chair Shi, and with all of you here. I see the enormous potential of the U.S.-Taiwan partnership. My number one objective as the chair of AIT is to help us all tap that potential, to bring our economies even closer together, and to ensure the U.S.-Taiwan partnership continues to thrive. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chairperson Rosenberger. Please return to your seat. It is now my honor to invite Ms. Sandra Oudkirk, Director of the American Institute in Taiwan, to the podium to share her remarks.
So now that I've been united with the microphone, I'm going to say, Madam President, Laura, Vincent, distinguished guests and friends, good evening. Wanan. It is my pleasure to be here with you tonight for the second year in a row. Since we took this stage last year, Taiwan's borders have opened. Thank you, Madam President. And we have seen a rush of pent-up demand for engagement. This is great news for the U.S.-Taiwan relationship, a positive sign for our growing and mutually beneficial trade and investment ties, and a trend I hope to see continue in 2023 and beyond. People-to-people exchanges are back in a big way. The World Movement for Democracy held its 11th Global Forum in Taiwan for the first time last October. The Oslo Freedom Forum was held in November. The President of Paraguay participated alongside President Tsai in the Power Women Conference in February, and bipartisan congressional delegations have shown tremendous interest in Taiwan. On the trade and investment front, in June of last year, I had the honor of leading the largest delegation in the history of the Select USA Summit. In October, Taiwan held its first ever business expo in the United States, led by Minister of Economic Affairs Wang, who at the time also marked the first anniversary of ministerial level engagement with the Department of Commerce. I said it last year and I'll say it again. U.S. support for Taiwan is rock solid, principled, and bipartisan. It is entirely in line with America's One China policy, which is guided by the Taiwan Relations Act, the 3 joint communiques, and the 6 assurances. We will continue to deepen engagement and connections with Taiwan consistent with U.S. interests and the interests of the people of Taiwan. We firmly believe that U.S. support for Taiwan contributes to the maintenance of peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait and helps to create a more stable, safe, and secure region. Tonight, I would like to concentrate on 3 special areas of focus that are deeply relevant to all of us as we work to deepen the trade and investment relationship between the United States and Taiwan. And the first is one I think some of you will not expect. It is diversity, equity, inclusion, and access, or what we in the United States are calling DEIA. As director of AIT, paramount among my strategic priorities is strengthening the trade, investment, and people-to-people ties between the United States and Taiwan. Investing in women and historically marginalized communities as valued employees, entrepreneurs, innovators, and community leaders is essential to our competitiveness, resiliency, and adaptability, not just in the corporate world, but also in our communities and beyond. Principles of inclusion apply to every organization, and they're especially relevant and visible here in Taiwan, which is the most progressive society in Asia. This evening, I am proud to share the stage with Taiwan's first female president and the first female chair of AIT. Vincent, we have you outnumbered. And I am certain that although we may be the firsts, like Vice President Kamala Harris said about her own position, we will not be the last. Taiwan has the highest rate of female participation in elected office in Asia. It was the first in Asia to legalize same-sex marriage, a milestone reached in 2019 and enhanced earlier this year when Taiwan announced it would recognize marriages when they involved a non-Taiwan partner. These moves help to attract talent to Taiwan, which benefits innovative global firms like the ones gathered here tonight. Mentorship is one of the most effective means for women and disadvantaged groups to succeed in the workforce. In 2021, the U.S. Department of Commerce launched the Select Global Women in Tech Mentorship Network. This network links female tech entrepreneurs from around the world with American business leaders, probably many from your companies, who serve as mentors as the entrepreneurs work to grow their business in the U.S. market. I'm pleased to say that over the course of the last 2 years, we've had 18 female entrepreneurs from Taiwan participate in this program, and another 14 will join this year. In addition, in 2021, AIT partnered with the Ministry of Economic Affairs to launch the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs, which is designed to advance women's economic empowerment by providing entrepreneurs the skills, resources, and networks needed to start and scale successful businesses. Building on that success, AIT partnered with the Council for Indigenous People to create something called the Inspiring Women Entrepreneurs Program, which is a Mandarin language program designed for focus on training and mentorship that targets female micro-entrepreneurs in the indigenous community, many of whom live in Taiwan's remote rural areas where few resources exist to help them develop their businesses. Finally, our colleagues at the AIT branch office in Kaohsiung are wrapping up a year-long tech camp program, including corporate partners from many companies represented here, which is designed to help indigenous entrepreneurs in southern Taiwan utilize tech tools to elevate and expand their small businesses. Going forward, AIT is interested in working with the companies represented here tonight, either individually or collectively through AmCham, to exchange lessons learned on translating the U.S. approach to equal employment opportunity and DEIA to the Taiwan cultural context. We have a lot to learn from you, and we look forward to meaningful discussions that make a positive impact on workforce empowerment and talent retention. Finally, we are proud to partner with Taiwan in laying the foundation for change to improve accessibility and create a climate that ensures that all people, especially women, are valued, validated, and empowered to contribute all of their talents fully. We need to make our offices, schools, and communities places where all of our children can grow, flourish, and aspire to lead. The second area I would like to highlight tonight is the importance of trade and investment in creating more secure and reliable supply chains that build sustainable economies in both Taiwan and the United States. Laura gave you a fantastic overview of the alphabet soup of mechanisms the United States government is using to achieve these goals. TTIC, the EPPD, the U.S.-Taiwan Initiative on 21st Century Trade, or as we fondly call it, 21CI. The 5 industry sectors that are the focus of TTEC, each in their own way, capture and advance our shared economic and security interests. A healthy semiconductor ecosystem in both Taiwan and the United States is key to a thriving global economy. Last year, I had the honor of attending both the groundbreaking ceremony for Global Wafer's $5 billion silicon wafer manufacturing facility in Sherman, Texas, and the monumental tool-in ceremony and expansion announcement for TSMC outside Phoenix, Arizona. These investments help to broaden and diversify global supply chains. They increase opportunities for business growth and job creation, and they enable Taiwan semiconductors to better serve their U.S. customers. But they do not replace any of the exceptional work that is happening right here in Taiwan. The electric vehicle global revolution presents a once-in-a-generation opportunity for Taiwanese companies to grow market share in the United States and globally as a natural evolution of the world-renowned expertise in electronics manufacturing. In the telecom sector, Taiwanese hardware suppliers and U.S. service providers are working together to build 5G and 6G Open RAN satellite communication networks. Through these new O-RAN partnerships, we can deliver secure, transparent, and affordable telecom as a reliable alternative to existing options. Critically, these partnerships also aim to secure reliable and resilient satellite communications on this island to protect Taiwan against connectivity vulnerabilities. Further to bolstering Taiwan's resilience, two key goals of TTIC are to shore up cybersecurity protections across the economy and to support Taiwan's energy sector. In September of this year, AIT will host a cybersecurity trade mission, and NIST, the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology, will train both Taiwan officials and industry representatives on NIST's recently launched Cybersecurity Framework 2.0. On the energy front, companies and policymakers from both Taiwan and the United States are identifying technology, policy, and process solutions for building Taiwan's energy resilience by strengthening the grid, advancing renewable energy and storage, gasifying Taiwan's coal-fired power plants, and laying a foundation for a net zero future through carbon capture, utilization, and storage. Finally, I want to reiterate, AIT strongly supports U.S. investments in Taiwan and the continued expansion of U.S. business interests on this island. While we are delighted at the giant new investments by Taiwan companies in the United States, I have to underscore the importance of recognizing that those investment flows go in both directions. Expansions this year from Micron, Qualcomm, Integras, ASML, and other global companies in Taiwan speak values about the indispensable role U.S. and other foreign companies play in Taiwan's semiconductor ecosystem. Firms from the United States and Taiwan play mutually complementary roles in ensuring that this vital sector continues to grow and benefit both of our peoples and economies. From the first technology transfers from RCA to ITRI in the late 1970s, to the rich and continuing history of students studying in the United States and then returning to Taiwan to start world-class enterprises, we can confidently say that the development of the U.S. and Taiwan semiconductor and high-tech ecosystems is a 良性循环, or virtuous cycle. I promise not to speak any more Mandarin. The United States and Taiwan are the globe's most natural partners in the semiconductor supply chain. U.S. firms make up 68% of the fabless market, while Taiwan is home to more than half of the global foundry business. In the first few months of 2023, we have seen major U.S. and other foreign semiconductor companies announce plans for expanded investment in leading-edge research and development in Taiwan. These investments range across the supply chain, from electronic design automation to materials to advanced IC design. They underscore Taiwan's continued critical position in global supply chains. In addition to semiconductors, other U.S. technology companies also have high-value R&D investments in Taiwan, ranging from hardware prototyping to innovative uses of artificial intelligence. Companies in the United States and Taiwan share strong links through a long history of collaboration, deep and historic ties, and robust commercial connections that underpin our mutually beneficial economic relations. Confident that these commercial links will grow as well. So as the COVID-related restrictions on travel and face-to-face engagement recede into the past, we can't help but seeing that the world and the Indo-Pacific region are more connected than ever. To advance our global and regional goals, we need bold leadership, democratic allies, and robust international cooperation, including close cooperation with our partners in the private sector, which means you. We are committed at AIT to working with our partners in Taiwan, and AmCham Taiwan is one of the most important of those partners as we confront these shared challenges and make progress on our collective goals. It is an honor to join you again tonight. I look forward to working with all of you to strengthen our partnership throughout the year. Thank you. 谢谢大家.
Thank you, Director Okirk, for that wonderful speech. Please return to your seat.
Thank you.
As a token of our appreciation, AmCham would like to present Chairperson Rosenberger with the photo collection In Focus, Chi Borlin, and Taiwan's four-dimensional space-time. Director Chi is famous for his masterpiece, Beyond Beauty Taiwan. He was a documentary filmmaker, photographer, and environmentalist who dedicated 25 years to capturing Taiwan's landscape and natural habitat. Now, we would like to welcome AmCham Chairperson Shi and AIT Chairperson Rosenberger to the stage. AmCham hopes to share this collection with Chairperson Rosenberger to show the Chamber's commitment to not only the prosperity, but also the sustainability of Taiwan. Photo. Thank you, Chairperson Rosenberger. Please remain on stage. This year, we also partnered with the Taiwan Regional Revitalization Foundation and Rewood to design gifts as token of our appreciation for the collaborative relationship we enjoy with the Taiwan and U.S. governments. Sustainable development is a shared goal not only of Taiwan and governments around the world, but also of AmCham and our members. We hope that the gifts presented tonight represent the collective efforts to better care for our planet. We want to express our gratitude to the Taiwan government for their support of AmCham Taiwan, and we hope the friendship and cooperation between the Chamber and the government continues to be strong. Let's welcome Director Okirk back to the stage. AmCham would like to present Director Okirk with a Taiwan rain tree. Native to our island, it is used as a street tree due to its ability to remove carbon from the air, helping to reduce impact of climate change on our shared homes. Thank you, Director Okirk. Please remain on stage. Tonight, we are presenting Her Excellency President Tsai Ing-wen with a Texas mountain laurel. Native to the United States, the mountain laurel is known for its ability to remain resilient, much like Taiwan. It is also famous for its fragrant flowers that are popular with butterflies, another symbol of Taiwan. Let's welcome President Tsai back to the stage. We hope, when planted, these trees will serve as a reminder of AmCham's long-standing commitment to Taiwan's prosperity and our shared commitment to the U.S.-Taiwan relationship. Please look at the camera. Thank you, President Tsai. Yes. Yeah. Now, we are preparing for a toast. May we invite Chairperson Laura Rosenberger and Director. Thank you. And now, please join me and raise your glass. Let's toast to prosperity and health in the coming year. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you. President Tsai, Chairperson Laura Rosenberger, Director Alkirk, and Chairperson Shi, please return to your seats at the head table. Go. Once again, we would like to thank the government officials and guests for attending tonight's event. We will now invite the following guests to come forward for a group photo. Minister Wang Meihua, Minister Wu Zhenzhong, Minister Chai Qingxiang.